viewers, it is a absolutely perfect day in South Florida today. 69, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's a perfect day to go sailing on a 2017 Lagoon 450. Come take a look. Access for the generator. Starboard forward locker. You have your separate battery, engine start battery, your filter for your water. You can get to the coolant to be able to check the belts as well. 13.5 kW generator from Cummins. It's an Onan. It's a wonderful addition to any boat, this one especially, as it can run everything on the boat, including the air conditioning. Windlass on these is located up front. You do have access underneath here for the actual chain itself as well. You can get a additional counter up top to raise and lower, as well as a chain counter. It works out extremely well, so you don't have to leave the fly bridge to come down and do this. But ease of access again across the top here. You can get to the anchors very well. This particular boat has opted to have the two forward pulpit seats. It's a fantastic place to enjoy the venue when you're out sailing. Two forward accesses on each side, port and starboard. You can build them out so you can have it as an extra cabin. You can also just use it as storage. It works out extremely well. In this particular boat, a 450, they're very large, so you can house a number of different items in there. I like to use them, accessibility for your fenders and things like that works out extremely well. One of the additions on the comfort pack, which this boat does have, if you know much about lagoons, if you don't, you can actually email me for the options list. But this particular boat has the courtesy lights. They're small lights located around the boat, just really set it off in the ambiance. When you're at the helm, you can see both sides of the boat and control everything from up here. A lot of times we like to leave these blank so you can add your radar chart plotter if you want. All the systems are integratable, so it's very easy to add anything that you might need. Lockable steering wheel, or helm rather, and then you have your controls here for the engines. A lot of people ask me as well, big boat, how do you control it? The one thing you have to watch for on a catamaran is windage. You do have a shallower draft, 3.5, 4 feet, so it floats around a little bit like a leaf on top of the water. It's fine as long as you understand that going into it. So the engines, you neutralize the wheel and lock it down and utilize your engines, and that's how you steer the boat. It gives you a very positive reaction with the boat. It's very easy to maneuver, but the windage on it you do have to watch and just prepare before you get near the dock and have all the fenders set up. High and low speed winch, you have your buttons here, and works out extremely well. A remote autopilot and an electric winch are must-haves on a boat. Aft cockpit of the 450, you've seen this many times before with me. You do have your table storage. This particular boat has opted to go with the fiberglass table. I do enjoy that because the sun is going to hit it every once in a while. And it's so easy to clean off when it's like that. The wood ones are nice, but these are just, in my opinion, a little bit better because you can always throw a tablecloth on it as well. Propane locker. You can have two 10-pound tanks of propane. That would easily last you a long amount of time. Second thing I would suggest on that would be they sell 20, 30 foot, 40 foot lengths of line for the propane. I run it out to there and do a vapor tight fitting coming up through the hull and have your barbecue real handy. And that way you can pull off your 10-pound tanks. Your oven stove is hooked up to that as well. You'll notice these two lockers. You can put an additional ice maker and or fridge or freezer in here. '57 horse Yanmars. You have your access here that you can store things on top of it, but yet have it so you can get to the engine to check the oil. This all comes apart like a big jigsaw puzzle. You can hear the engines running, and even at 2,000, 2,500 RPM, but they're very, very quiet with the foam protection underneath there. again, all this comes out. You want to be able to check your sail drive oil, the oil on the engine, fuel filters if you need to get to them, heat exchangers for your coolant, and then of course the belt up front. Easy access, 57 horse. That's the upgraded engines on this boat, which I'd highly recommend. Push a boat along 8 to 10 knots, and that's a fantastic place to be. Last thing out here is the trash, very conveniently located just outside, keeps the smell outside, and easy access to get to it when you do need to take it out. A little bit more modern of a galley here. The older boats had the U-shaped galley this way. This one they did convert it and make it back the other way. This is your standard now with the countertops as well. I do enjoy that aspect of it because the only place that I've ever seen them really wear is this is called your fiddle. It's on the fiddle, in and out of the sink with the dishes and what have you. So this works out extremely well being stone. You do have your refrigerators I may mention here. Additional freezer on the other side. Here at the Nav Station of the Lagoon 450, we do leave this blank so you can add any equipment that you'd see fit. Inside here you do have a remote VHF and then your radio, of course. You have easy access. These just come right open and folds out so you can get to the wiring, as I've made reference before. I did want to point these out. These are kind of neat. These are called the muffin tops. You use these as a stool and it doubles as storage. You can put it here at the Nav Station or set it around the table. Very, very convenient. Coming down the master's side, big selling feature to this particular boat. As you come down here, you'll notice that you have the optional teak. Makes it feel a little bit more like a yacht, a little bit warmer. If you don't have that, it would just be the normal non-skid. As I'm standing here, I'll show this to you. You have this space which is dedicated for the washer and dryer. It just tees off the hot and cold water right behind here in the sink. Very easy to install. A fantastic addition because if you spend any time on the boat, you want to have a wash and dry the clothes. Master cabin, light and airy. The windows you can see out but you can't see in type of thing. You do have cross ventilation. That one's back there with that portal, which is covered by the curtains that are an option. And then this one, so you have airflow and your fan back there blowing it around. Wanted to make a point as well. Again, it has the hatches. You have a screen, and then the normal heat shield to when you're out and about, the heat doesn't get inside the boat, and you pull all the screens on the boat. Those are a very nice option to have. Very easy to use. Here's a perfect example of a magazine rack, bookshelf, and it's coupled with the privacy door. Gives it that feel of having the whole hull to yourself as being an owner. And then again, there's the big attraction to having a 3-cabin boat. This one's probably optimal size, for, between 42 and 46 feet is an optimal size to have this amount of space. Just makes it a lot more comfortable. Command center breaker panel on the boat. You'll notice that you have your remote generator start from inside, and everything is integrated here and very easy to use. Shore power, back to shore power, so on and so forth, your lights and all your packages. It's very easy to add things. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to do that. Years and years ago I used to work on these, so that's how I know all these little tricks and how they do it, and visiting the factory. It's important that you understand that because you will want to add something will break, you'll need to get to it. of people ask me, where do I get parts and things break and this, that, and the other. Lagoon has come out with a system a couple years ago. It's very easy to order pieces and parts. You can actually zoom in on different sections of the boat. You'll enter everything in, you'll be able to zoom right in on it and actually be able to order each light, the LEDs. They're very easy, they come out, they're easy to replace. I do recommend ordering a few of these and having a box of extra parts very handy, because the light switches, you want them all to match. You don't want to do a one-off, to give you an idea. And something will happen, and if it does break, you'll be able to have that access. So that's very convenient from Lagoon, very, very clever of them to do that. But years ago, you had to go through a dealer to get that. So it's just a little bit of lengthy amount of time to be able to get the parts, but now you can drop ship them right from the factories over in France. So I want to point that out to you.